people joining. Team on 61, Barrett. Yay. David's here. D. Callahan, 33. Hey, Anne. I was just watching you doing your arm knitting. Hey, Monique. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I wasn't sure I was going to make it today because, like I told you yesterday, I've got something big happening today that I have to do, and I feel up to it, to being here, and I still have time. So anyway, my name is Belinda. Hey, how's it going, David? Thanks for the heart. So my name's Belinda, and I blog at belindafireman.com, and I paint. And Anne is here again. I paint, I do lots of stuff. I'm an artist. And I started SelfLove365 Project in 2014. So really quickly, just to tell you about that project, I drew a 1 inch by 1 inch square a day of something that I love or like or tolerate about myself. And this year I am writing at least 1 sentence a day about the square from last year. So today's square is, wait, where is that? Oh, I'm upside down. Okay. Oh, here we are. This is the square for today. Claim what I want. So, I love this. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Purple and green together look very nice. Claim what I want. That's a big one. I've only started to really know what I want in the last 2 years. And it's a tough thing figuring out what I want. I'm still struggling with that a little bit in terms of my business, like having to figure out, you know, think ahead 5 years or whatever. That's the trick, knowing, yeah. And sometimes it's really clear. Anyway, I'll read you my writing so you can hear my thoughts on this. So this is today's post. Decisions, choices, desires, wants. Sometimes I don't even know what I want, and slowly it becomes revealed to me. Other times the desire hits my body so hard there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight. But when the decision is there for me to make, and I have to pick, and both choices are difficult, claiming my final pick is a tough task. I don't like that word there. I want to change that. Okay. I want someone else to take responsibility in case I've made the wrong decision. Truthfully, though, I know there are no wrong decisions. They are all right, and I will learn whatever I need to learn on either path. I want to claim my choice as my choice, my decision, and me taking control of my life. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is I often feel that desire for other people to like make that decision for me, especially when it's a really tough one, just so I don't have to take responsibility and, you know, deal with the consequences, which I still will, and I don't actually want this. It's just a feeling that I have around this, claiming what I want. One of the things that I claimed in the last year, and this, I don't know if this is going to make some people not want to listen to me anymore, but I was married, and I'm separated now, but I was married, and one of the things that I realized was that I wanted a sexual relationship with somebody else. And claiming what I wanted, that was really difficult, especially in, you know, within the structure of marriage, and feeling like I was committed and I wanted to stay committed to commitment, really, is what I wanted. It turns out I didn't want to be married anymore, and I just wasn't admitting that to myself. But yeah, it's been a big journey of figuring out what I want and claiming it and just saying, yes, this is what I want, but it feels fucking good to say it, especially when it's the truth. It's like the stuff just all releases that I've been holding on to and pushing down, not just holding on to, but like pushing down. Sorry to hear that, but Yeah, oh, no need to be sorry, Anne. I knew as soon as he left, like it was the right choice. It was totally the right choice. Um, JP left in November last year. And once I had this house here to myself, like I knew that was the right thing. So, um, and I'm happy with the decision that we made. Um, so yeah, there you have it. That's my Self-Love 365 today. I am curious if anybody has anything to share around claiming what you want and how that comes up for you, how that shows up in your life. If you're able to claim what you want, if you know what you want. Nobody. How did you get clear? Um, are you specifically asking about what I just shared? I think you are, so I'll go with that. Um, okay, in general, oh. Well, I don't feel like I'm clear all the time. I have a bunch of different things that I do. In terms of that specific incident, like I felt it in my body that this was what I wanted, but I was really pushing it down. And I mean, the funny thing is that JP saw it, like he was able to see that I wanted something different than what I was actually saying. So he kept pushing and saying, well, I think this is what you want. Isn't this? And I kept denying it until I finally got to the point of like, no, this is what I want. And I'm having so much trouble saying it. In a more general sense, when there's like a decision to make, which I've had recently, and it's a really big one, and it's an either or decision and choosing what is it I want. There is an exercise that I do that I find really helpful. So you take some yarn, which I know you have plenty of, Anne, and put a line on the floor. And okay, yeah, that's cool. Thanks, David. So put a line on the floor, and then stand at the center of it and really center yourself and ground yourself. And then on the one side, you imagine, yeah, it's true, you got a lot of yarn. Okay, so I did this before I had my son, so my third child. I thought I was done having children, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I started getting these little hints of like wanting to have another, but I wasn't sure. And I finally did this exercise. So put a line on the floor, and on the one side is the side of I'm going to have another child. And I purposely made that side the messy side of the room. And then on the other side is the side of I'm not having another child. So you step into each side, like physically step onto that side and breathe into it. Like breathing is the key so that you're actually getting into your body and feel like what comes up for if there are any emotions or like a general feeling in your body. And so in that, when I was doing that decision-making tool with trying to decide about having another child, when I stepped on the messy side of the room of that line and breathed into it, I felt so at peace, and my body just was like, yes. And then I'd step to the other side of not having another child, and I suddenly had this like, I felt constriction and like, it just felt wrong. So I knew what my decision was. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm having another kid. So that's how I make really major life decisions. I mean, there's a lot of thinking and stuff before it, but when I finally am just like, okay, I need to know what is right for my body, what is right for inside of me, then I'll do that line. So that's how I get clear on either or kind of decision making things. In terms of what I want for my career though, I'm trying to do it is very physical. Yeah. I like it too. And I think, I grew up with a mom who's always said like, write a list of pros and cons and that's how you make your decision. And I don't think that works. Like it's helpful. It's helpful to know what you're facing, when there's that kind of decision to be made. But in the end, I think the body has so much wisdom, and we need to listen to our bodies, because our bodies know what we actually want. So when it comes to it's really interesting that you chose the messy side, and it was, yeah, totally. I expected it to not, I expected to not want to be on that side, because normally all that chaos was like getting me all tense because we got to clean it up, and but no, and anyway, it was the right choice. And it would have been the right choice to not do it too. Like, I don't think there is a right choice, but I think going with listening to the body is key. So in terms of my career and like figuring out what do I want, because this is more of a generalized what do I want rather than a do I want this or that. And that's harder, I think. So I've started by writing out words, sort of characteristics of things that I want to impart. How do I put it? Like, I want a masculine energy structure with the feminine energy creativity going through it. I need to create the structure before I can create. I mean, I don't need to, but that's the way I see it happening. And it's figuring out that structure. And I don't know how to get clear on this. I've been doing some visualization, like imagine myself in 5 years or 10 years. How do I picture my business? And I think I need to do more of that to get to the feeling of what I want and the feeling of who I am in 5 or 10 years. Because it feels strong and it feels powerful. The trick is to bring that into my life right now and to see that I can embody that now. So I want to show you guys this. This is really cool. I'm holding this in my pocket. Brayden gave this to me to hold on to today as I go through my thing that I'm going through. I think he said it's fluorite, and it's supposed to, can't remember what he said. Yeah, it is beautiful. He washed it in the river. We went to the forest so I could commune with my tree. I have a tree there. And so he washed it for me, and he said something about it takes the chaos and just like centers it all. So I'm carrying this in my pocket. Okay, bye, Anne. Thanks for showing up. And miss you. I'm carrying this in my pocket and it's really heavy. Anyway, I like having it there. All right, that's it for me. If you're watching on replay, then you can still tap the screen for hearts. I keep forgetting to share all this stuff now, like at the beginning. You can share this with your friends. Yeah, I believe you can do that in replay. You can share it on Twitter if you like it and you want people to watch. And you can follow me too. So I am BelindaFireman.com. I'm BelindaFireman.com. Anyway, that's where I put my writing. I will be posting this today, and you can see my paintings there that are for sale, and the print that I showed you is also for sale in my Etsy shop, which is www.etsy.com. Not sure what you're up to today, but sending, yeah, thank you. Thanks, Money. I will need the positive vibes, so I appreciate it. Etsy.com/shop/Belinda Fireman. And Belinda Fireman on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else. So come follow me. And thank you for joining me. I will see you all again soon. Hope you have a lovely day.